Oh.
Well, Mrs. Chef, look like we got a male turkey.
It's a boy.
So, Mrs. Chef's using one of my recipes here to stuff this here Tom. Now, this recipe here is going to call for onions, apples, oranges, and a poultry blend here, which is sage, rosemary, and thyme. And then we'll go to the next step. That's a big old chef's knife there, Mrs. Chef's.
Yes, big knife for a little girl that
is.
doesn't know how to cut things.
Ooh, don't cut your hand off. The hospitals are full, they say. Well, good evening, folks. How y'all is? Merry Christmas. Happy not New Year. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're socially distancing and you ain't got more than 2 people in your immediate 100-mile radius. I want to show you what we're doing today, so join us. Shall y'all? Now today, so Mr. Chef's here slicing away here on these apples. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stuff this carcass here with all these beautiful things. Now this is actually, I'm starting this video filming here on the, Thanksgiving Eve because we gotta let this go slow and low all night because that is the tempo. And then tomorrow, pop it off and brown the crust of this here turkey. All right, so we got apples and onions, and Mrs. Chef made me cut the rest of the onions, so that's too much for her. And we got oranges back here, orange segments we just peeled, and we got some thyme, sage, somewhere in here some rosemary. There we go. We're gonna stuff this very large yard bird. Well, here we go. Here we give this turkey here anal cavity search, and came up with gold. Look at all that liquid gold. All right, now let's put some seasonings on the outside here. We're gonna put a nice salt crust on the outside here. Okay, so next thing going on here is some granulated garlic on the outside here. Ooh, that gets your sinuses going. Then we're gonna put some kosher salt all up on this motherfucker. Next thing up, some black pepper here. Everybody gonna be sneezing here in a minute. The next thing we do here is get this here turkey good and drunk on some cheap ass wine. I mean cheap as a motherfucker. They hold this shit underneath the shelf at the bottom shelf.
Hey, that's my wine.
Yeah, I'm putting a little bit on here to get this turkey drunk, Mrs.
Not
Chef.
all of it.
I'll save you some, don't worry.
Which one is that?
Now we add a pint here of high quality H2O. Go along with that wine in there. That just help it steam. We're gonna cook this bird overnight on a really low temperature. Last thing we're gonna do here is add a little of this Nor Caldo con Ceba de Polo. Something like that. Sprinkle a little of that on there. I'm gonna massage that in good. I'm gonna put a little bit down here in the bottom too. There we go. Okay, let's get this massage and get it wrapped up for the oven. Okay, we're massaging this here yard bird real nice, real nice. Real nice, Clark. That's real nice, Clark. Real nice. Where's Cousin Eddie when I need him? I need Cousin Eddie's daughter to come stir my Kool-Aid. All right, well, it's time for this here turkey to go off in the oven overnight into its sauna bath. I hope you have a good time at your gym, turkey. That turkey there was definitely not pardoned by the president. So you can't have Thanksgiving dinner without some green bean casserole. We're doing this old school style, like the church cookbook would have, with Campbell's soup. We got cream of chicken here. We got cream of mushroom. I'll show you the easiest way to do green bean casserole. And it'll stay traditional because most people did it like this back in the day. They used a Campbell's soup and some green beans. We got the Del Monte. I like Del Monte the best with the sea salt. So it's 4 cans. It's 2 cans of green beans per can of soup. Stir those in there like so. It's 2 cans, 3 cans, 4 cans. That's gonna be a can of each of the soups. Cream of mushroom. A little string in there, I'll get that out of there. From the green bean. And we'll do this here can of cream of chicken in there. Now we're gonna glove up and mix it all up. Now you can use your bare hand, but I figure everybody's got gloves around these days with the pandemic and all. Everybody bought gloves and has them stored away, boxes and cases and boxes. Anyway, what we're gonna do here is just mix this all up real good so you get it all mixed in together. Then we're gonna top it with some dirty onions, or some fried onions. Pop it in the oven until it all get hot, and we got a nice, easy green bean casserole. Can't get no easier than that. And it'll remind you of childhood because everybody was cooking back in the 50s and 60s and 70s with the Campbell's soup as the base. There we go. We're just going to throw these fried onions here on top. Pop that in the oven on 350 for about 20 minutes or so. Check it. Should be about right. Once some brown, the onions get nice and golden brown on top. Nice dark golden brown. Be heated all the way through. Now, what an easy recipe. You can't get no easier than that. There we go. Okay, Mrs. Chef's got me laughing over here. I was telling the bitch on TV to shut up because I was trying to film and they're playing music. I was afraid I was going to get some copyright shit. So anyway, we're making the glaze here. What I got here is some cinnamon. That's pretty funny, Mrs. Chef. She thought I was calling her a bitch. About to get slapped. Playing some horrible music on the Macy's Day Parade. What happened to just guitars and real music? Why does everything gotta be synthesized and auto-tuned and oh my god. So anyway, we got cinnamon, we got butter melting here. And we got some brown sugar going in. What this is gonna be is our mix here for our sweet potato. We're gonna mix up here in just a bit. A little more sugar. There we go. We're gonna whisk that together. All you wanna do is mix this together, bring it together. Don't bring it to a boil or anything. Now this fat and this sugar here will turn to hard candy on you if you get it too hot. Just mixing that up there. That's gonna be pour this into our mashed sweet potatoes. Now I got the sweet potatoes and the yams there off in the oven roasting at 400 degrees in the outer shell there. I'll show you when they come out. I like getting that roast on them because it gives a nice caramelization from within. Well, it's time to make some stuffing here. So we got some celery and some onion and some parsley over there. I wish I had some sage, but they only had a little bit of sage I had to use on the turkey. So we ain't getting our sage in our stuffing. So my friends know that I make some damn good stuff, and I have 4 or 5 different stuffing recipes that everybody loves. But I'm doing this show here today, and I'm trying to make this all work out because I don't have a lot of people coming because of the shutdowns and all. So it's just going to be the immediate family here. So Gotta kind of make things a little easier since I'm cooking everything myself. So we're using this here Pepperidge Farm herb seasoned cube stuffing. Pretty much all this is just croutons. What you're gonna need here is butter, onion, diced celery, chicken broth, and the seasoning of the crouton here. So I make some water chestnut stuff, and I normally make a cornbread dressing instead of Yankee style. But we're gonna do this today and try it out. So we sauteed them onions and all up in there. We added that whole stick of butter in there. Pour that over here. Smells delicious. And then we got our, instead of buying Swanson's canned stuff and all, this is a good product to have in your house here. This is Knorr. It's a big old thing. You can make as much chicken stock as you need. So what we're going to do is just mix this in here until it starts to look right. So here we are. You put a nice broth in here until we get the right consistency we're looking for. This smells heavenly. Alright, start shaking that in there, let it absorb some, and then let's come back and check it to see how much more broth we need. Let's take a little bit just to absorb here. Once we get all together, we're going to throw it off in the oven and bake it. We'll see how she looks here in about 5 minutes. Here is our roasted sweet potatoes. This has got to be the dirtiest day of the year in your kitchen because you got everything. You got dishes out you don't even know you had dishes for. Chopping up this, chopping up that. So, like this punch bowl, where'd this come from? Nobody knows. So here we go. Got that all doctored up there, ready to go in the oven. Smelling delicious. Well, next thing up here is our beautiful yams. We roasted these in the oven for about an hour on 400 degrees. You can see the caramelization coming out of them. Look at that, doesn't that look beautiful? All the sugar's coming out to the top there. So what we're going to do, peel these off here. We're going to mash them here with that brown sugar, butter, and cinnamon we made up a little earlier. Let me get these peeled, and I'll join you back. Show you how to do them. Alright, so had to get a new tripod there. My other one broke, so I went and got the other one. We're back in business. Now, I couldn't find my potato masher. Maybe in storage, I don't know. So we're going to use a whisk here. Now, this is the brown sugar and butter and cinnamon that we mixed up earlier here on the stove. Start throwing that in there and mashing it up. Good stuff. And all that sweet goodness. Well, the Macy's Day Parade's about over. That means it's just about cold beer time. There we go. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Roasting them off instead of boiling them is so much better than me because you get that natural caramelization going on there, and it's not as wet as if you boiled the yams or the sweet potatoes. We're gonna get this good and tossed and mixed up here. Put it in a bowl. Throw some marshmallows on it. And bake it off in the oven. One more thing I like to put on here is a southern way. Is a little bit of honey. Now, if you're up north, you can put some maple syrup or something. Go ahead and give that a mix here. Ooh, yeah. It's gonna be good. Smell that cinnamon. So we got them all panned up there, ready to go in the oven. What I like to do is put just a little brown sugar to kind of give it a crust on the top when it cooks. Browns in the oven. Just to add a little you know. There we go. Okay, next up, top it with some Jet Puff, Stay Puff Marshmallow Man. Hands are getting sticky here. There we go. That's going to be delicious. So we let our turkey go overnight, slow and low, 175, covered, all the natural juices and all. So what we've done now is put a little butter on top, pour it off the juices here, we're going to reserve. We're going to pop this back in the oven and let it brown, get nice and golden looking. So I'm going to rub this butter all over it, all over the skin here, and get it nice and brown in the oven. It's going to be delicious. It'll look quite different when it comes back out of the oven. It'll be all golden brown and all. All them apples and onions, oranges, herbs will be cooked all the way through. It's going to be a beautiful thing. All right, well, Mrs. Chef here is making some beautiful cranberry relish with oranges.
See if those walnuts are in there. I'll put a little bit of those in there.
Walnuts, you got it.
I could have sworn that.
So our food
processor
processors in storage, I guess, and
we
found this thing. This is a pain in the butt right here, but it's got a little ginger and orange and the cranberries so far. Ooh, that looks delicious. Just brown that off there. It's looking mighty fine, mighty fine. Put a little butter over the top. See a little bit of the milk solids there, but this is going to be good. Ooh, just got done carving up some ham here for our cutting board. It's going to be on.
But the people like the fund that have given me a lot of support during my injuries and recovery. Be here for the long haul.